Welcome back, Shauna. Nice and quick. Good fucking work. Good fucking work. Welcome back, Sage. Nice and quick. Good fucking work. Lee too. Happy New Year to those of you here so far. I decided after the last stream that I was gonna wait until next year to ever do a stream again. And here we are. We're doing it again. It is we finally waited a whole year since the last stream to begin a new stream. So we're here. And it's been a long break, I know. But Happy New Year to you. And with the dawn of a new year, I can now break my fast on stopping doing streams because, well, it's been a year since the last stream we did. It's not been a year since the last stream we did. It's just become a new year since the last stream we did. So I'm perfectly within my constraints. We're good. Here we are. Happy New Year to you, to the Othello and Jackie and Sage. I know, Sage, that's what I'm saying. That's kind of exactly what I'm saying. But, yo, here we are in the stream lobby as always. That's what we're doing. That's what we always do in this time. We just wait for people to pile in. This is kind of one of the more boring parts of the stream, as we all know. But others actually take advantage of it, and they take advantage of the very close attention that you get during this time. It's all about framing. Welcome back, Rivers. Thank you, Sage. I appreciate that. And it's good to have you back. Thank you for the heart me, Othello. Thank you for the heart me, Jackie. So, hello. Hopefully you guys are here and present. Hopefully. Hola, Mojo. Nikki, welcome back. Thank you. Happy New Year to you, too. Great to have you back. Amelia, hey. It's a good time to be in bed. It's a good time to be relaxing, Sage, indeed. Calgary layover is almost over. It's okay, Lee. You're not in a lot of streams because you have long days a lot of times. And I stay up later than a lot of you people. I'm fully aware of it. So it's not surprising to me. At all. What's going on, Alexa? Welcome to the stream. Donnie, Happy New Year to you too. Everybody here is from all over the fucking world. That is for sure. That's just how this community is. All walks of life. And I love you guys for it. Diversity, if you will. If you will. What's going on, Shannon? Thank you for the Go Popular, Jackie times 10. Appreciate that very much. She's saying it depends because every country sucks in its own way. So you could say, oh, that's cool that you're from Mexico. And they would say, oh, that depends because in a lot of ways, Mexico sucks. But in a lot of ways, Mexico is cool. And that's kind of what we mean when we say that. Because everything technically depends. Very little of the time are there like actual absolutes when it comes to these things. And even then, Alexa, I would have to hit you with your health system as it depends. Because in a lot of ways, it has its downsides, I will say. But everything does. You know, there's a good health system in place, but it's hard to make anything work perfectly. You know what I mean? The topic, Alexa, is really just whatever we're talking about. We go with the flow. That's what I do. That's what you guys do. You'll say something random. It will get me on a topic. I'll speak on it if I have things to say about it. And that's what we do. We just go from there. Typically, that's how we run it, as you just saw. Exactly, Namelia. That's the same. Germany has it free as well. I'm from the United States, Alexa. Happy New Year, Marcus. Tea of the Night Sage is gonna be right now is green tea right now. Green tea. Excuse me. And then after that is going to be ginger. I have ginger loaded up for the next cup that I jump into. I saw a beautiful elven feather mask, and I'm seeing another one now. I love it. Thank you, Shauna. 2 of them in a row. 2 of them in a row. Thank you for the rose times 16, Othello. I appreciate it a lot, Shauna. And you're hitting the gift goal by doing that. Feather masks are 10. 10 feather masks. I'll tell you guys, we still have other people that have yet to join the stream so far tonight. But for those of you that are in here, I'll list them off. Number 1, the gift called 2026. The goal for that is 2,026 of them. The other gift goal is the countdown to 26. Sorry, countdown to 2026. There are 6 of those is the goal. And then Feather Mask is 10, which is what we usually do for that. But because it's the New Year's stream, we of course have to do some New Year's gift goals when it comes to that stuff. I do know that you are new, Alexa. That is why I hit you with the welcome to the stream. Otherwise, I would have said welcome back. Esther, hello. Oh, and I realize I didn't respond to Alexa's earlier message. Can I join the stream or no? Is that why you're in the stream? Just so that you can hopefully join it or something like that? I don't know. I don't usually have people join the stream. It's not usually what this stream's about. It's not usually what we do. But at times I have, very frequently. And I prefer to do it with people who I know a little bit more, who's a little bit more part of the community, and who knows me a little bit more as well. Jackie, you just lit up that 2026 in the gallery. Look at that. Look at that. Okay. That's pretty cool. 200 2026s. Thank you so much. You want to talk about atheism? You want to join the stream to talk about atheism, Alexa? That's cool that you had a topic prepared. Anyway, I'm not exactly sure what you're trying to say. If autocorrect got you, then you can correct, and I'll reread it. Shauna, thank you for the 50 2026s. We already at 250 there. Beautiful. Thank you guys so much, Jackie and Shauna. Boom. And thank you, Shauna. I appreciate that. I'm glad you like them. Thanks for liking the stream, Othello. It's a hit or a miss. Who knows who's actually going to be able to be here tonight, you know? Because it goes either way. Like, some people go out and have, like, super busy plans for New Year's. Other people don't at all. And for those of you that are here, this is great. This is the way it should be. That's okay, Alexa. You can definitely correct what you were trying to say, and I'll understand it better once you send it again or something. Whatever was the mistake. Thank you for the Party Blossom ×1. That was a cool one, Shauna. I've never got that one before. We love the unique ones. We certainly do. Sarah, welcome back, and Happy New Year to you too. Thank you so much. Countdown to Joy. Thank you so much, Jackie. Another beautiful, unique one. It said it's new. And so it's new. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. So, what is that? Othello, you got out of work at what, 11 o'clock? You said in the Discord that you had just gotten out of work. Was that 11 o'clock for you? Because if so, it's officially New Year for you. And it's officially New Year for Shauna as well. But I know you work late anyway, from what I remember. But at the same time, that's really late. That's a really late one. Really late day. Okay, Alexa, I will read it aloud so that it is audible to you and you can hear it and see if it sounds right to you. You said, I meant to say, I thought maybe it's a nice, easy chat. If I'm going to translate a little bit. Basically, what you're saying is, if I came in with topics, it would be easier to break the ice and immediately have things to talk about. I agree. That is easy. I can think of things to say and talk about pretty quickly, especially just going off of like icebreaker questions. You know, like what do you do? What did you do today? Like there's so many little forks you can go off of. I don't know how that's not what you meant to say. Like I actually don't know how that's not what you meant to say. Otherwise, it's not making sense to me. Maybe you're saying that you think that people just come in and co-host this stream with me constantly, and you're thinking that maybe that's what my stream consists of or something. This is why I like to, if anybody's going to join, I do like to have them actually a part of this community. They're following me. They've joined the streams. I do this thing every day, and they know what it's about, and they just want to have some like actual, FaceTime, because otherwise it can get dragged in the wrong direction, or many different things can happen there. Matthew, welcome back. What's going on? Thank you so much. Happy New Year to you, and thank you for the love you so much. Appreciate that. Jackie sounds great. River sounds good. Safe travels back home soon enough. Soon enough, you will be home. Indeed, Alexa, there's lots of lovely people here. Okay, welcome back. What's going on? It's a good goalie. That is a good goal. That's okay, Alexa. I'm understanding for the most part. I'm understanding most everything you say, which is good, And if you ever make a mistake, you can correct it. Whoops, I meant to say, boom. And then, okay, problem solved. I understand now. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Nice little comparison there. Yeah, Alexa, there's many people here in this community and in this stream where English is not their first language. So I totally understand that it is more difficult. And I did definitely know that English wasn't your first language. But we get around it. We still have a good time. And we try our best. No one's going to make fun of you for not knowing. It's perfectly understandable. No problem at all. Yeah, I know Spanish Meow, but I don't conduct the stream entirely in Spanish. So yes, but no. Sí, pero no. Exactly, Alexa. You're doing great. In my book, you're doing great. I'm happy you're here. I just did, meow. What the heck? I just said it. I just spoke in Spanish to you. I translated my English to you just then. In Spanish. That's not how it works. Well, it just, what did it just do? It censored your message so no one else can see it, what you just said, but I answered her. Actually, I don't know if it's a her, but there is little to no men ever in the stream, so I'll assume, but I don't know. So I'll just say them. I answered them in Spanish, and then they said, say something else. And I'm like, well, that's not fair. Purple Jazz, welcome to the stream. Jenny, welcome back. Happy New Year. And what's my favorite travel destination? Well, let's go a step deeper. Are you asking worldwide, my favorite travel destination in the entire world? Or are you asking my favorite travel destination in my country? Are you asking my favorite travel destination? You know what I mean? Let's go a step further, and I will give you a question, an answer that is truly tailored to your question. Worldwide. Worldwide. It's not so much particular cities. Like, I don't view that in particular cities. I view it in entire states, provinces, or countries, if they're small enough. So, funny enough, Germany is one of my favorite. The United Kingdom, Argentina, Brazil, Mexico, most of the Scandinavian countries. I mean, you can tell that I do not have a favorite already, unfortunately. But I have some favorites, and you're getting an idea of those. Yeah, I really love the Nordic countries as well. So there's a few for you to chew on. And then you ask country or city. What do I prefer, country or city? I prefer the country. I definitely prefer the country. I love cities, but in short time periods. I wouldn't want to live in the city. If I had to pick, I probably wouldn't live directly in the heart of a city. I would prefer the country over the city. Good questions, good questions. I'm excited for you too, Lee. Happy New Year, Say. Welcome back. You did, Alexa. You did. You said worldwide, right? Was that the specification? Because I answered and I said, Alexa says worldwide. So then I answered you based on that. But I don't know if Maybe you just didn't hear it, or maybe you asked me a different question that I didn't see. I'm not sure. Goodbye, Say. Shauna, this is indeed a good time, a good day, a good little holiday for you to be in that conscious state right now. So, state of consciousness, I should say. So, don't you worry. Oh, okay. Country or city. Yeah, okay. Well, I gave you countries. I gave you two answers. You were just specifying in terms of you can give me a city or a country. I gave you all countries, but then I also told you that I prefer country over city. Because in English, there are two meanings. Yeah. Yeah. English sometimes, you know. That's very true. Because indeed, the word country can mean two very sort of different things. And it doesn't make it easy for people to learn the language. Countryside is a word, yeah. It wouldn't be used in that. It wouldn't be used in that context, though. The way you said it was the right way to say it. If I wanted somebody to tell me if they prefer living in the country or the city, that's exactly what I would say. The word countryside is sort of used in more niche situations. And again, with English, it's almost like a feeling. For a fluent speaker, it's almost like you feel when you should use that word, countryside. But there were obviously some rules around the usage of it. You are. And it's a good place to learn. This is a good place to learn. Leslie, thank you for the follow and welcome to the community officially. It is amazing to have you here. Jenny, I don't understand your question. I don't understand it. What do your hair? I don't understand it. Shauna, thank you for the candy bouquet. That's another really cool one. I appreciate that so much. You're very welcome, Leslie. Happy New Year to you too. In Europe specifically, it's the same because they're all places that I would either want to visit or want to visit again. So in Europe would be the United Kingdom, Germany, Norway, Sweden, Denmark. I'll go with those. Those are some of the top ones, definitely. Another good question. Goodbye, Jenny. About 30 seconds prior to your goodbye message, you said, "Happy New Year, everybody, let's party." And then immediately you said goodbye, so. Alright. I don't know how much credence to put into people's messages like that, but. I know they're not a part. No, that's not it. I mean, I know they're not a part of the European Union, and technically, Europe was never technically a part of Europe. They were a part of Europe in theory, but the United Kingdom is an island. So when somebody asks me what countries in Europe, figuratively, I include the United Kingdom in there because it's an island off of Europe, but technically it's not a part of the continent at all, so I shouldn't even be able to use it if we're being really technical. But my reasoning is just because most people lump it in. But yeah, technically, the United Kingdom is not a part of the European Union in practice. In law. That's why you hit me with the Ice Hotel. Yeah. It seems cool. I've seen videos on it. I've definitely seen videos on it. There's ice houses around where I live. Not close, not like next door, but within a few hours you could drive to a place where it has like a whole area of ice houses that you can rent. And it's a similar concept to the Ice Hotel. Same concept. But the Ice Hotel is, of course, different. It's better. It's even better. Yes, I am. I am in an ice house right now, okay? You caught me. You did. Mm-hmm. Shauna says, you're such a genuinely beautiful person inside and out. Well, thank you so much, Shauna. I really do appreciate that. It means the world to me to hear. And so much love to you. I really do appreciate you. You know I do. Good night, Lee. See you next time. Oh man, yeah, it's tripping me out because normally when I wear these glasses, I turn the brightness of my phone down a lot so that I don't have to see my reflection in the glass, and so that you don't either. But unfortunately, I did the exact opposite, and I cranked my brightness up as high as it could go. My hair is still drying, so it's being annoying. So I'm just tossing it back and forth. Kenzie, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the community. Yeah, Gothenburg's real nice. For sure. It's definitely not far from there. But at the same time, like most Western European countries are not far from each other. What's going on, Remy? Welcome back. Happy New Year to you too. You automatically hit level 7 the second that you joined this stream. That's pretty crazy. That's quite something. That's all it took. That's all it took. Well, Europe isn't that small compared to the US. It's just broken up differently. Because if you are not just thinking of Western Europe, I mean, there's Western Europe and there's Eastern Europe, which comprise Europe. It's a massive continent. It is. But the only difference is that in the United States, the country is broken up into states, which are all part of one governing body, with very similar cultural similarities. But in Europe, what would be the size of states in the United States are actually different countries under their own governing bodies, typically with different languages and cultures. And that's the beauty of Europe, really. That's the beauty of it. Royce John, welcome to the stream. What's going on? Julia, Happy New Year. Thanks, Royce John. I appreciate that. And VM, thank you. I also appreciate that. My day was great, Remy. How was yours? Welcome back, Lucy. What's going on? Happy New Year. Julia, thank you for the heart me. I appreciate that very much. Hey, that sounds cool. That sounds cool. It's about that time. I mean, it's getting late, so I don't blame you for going to sleep soon. Sounds good. I am from America, yeah. I am. Countdown to 2026? No. Countdown to joy. Thank you so much, Lucy. Thank you for that. Wild. And I think Jackie sent one of those earlier too. Thank you for the 2026 times 1 as well. As I stated earlier, which one is that? Blessed New Year. Thank you so much for that, Lucy. Love that. We love the unique ones. Happy Hat 26 and Sparklers. Thank you for both of those as well, Lucy. Incredible. Incredible. Petra, hello. Welcome to this stream. New. Welcome to the stream. Feather mask, of course, we couldn't forget that one, right? All I need to do is just put my hair up like this. Maybe throw a braid like right here, but keep the rest up, and then that feather mask would look really good. It would look even more fitting, is what I should say. It would look even more fitting. But fully down is cool too. I think it's still fitting. That's awesome, Remy. That sounds like a great night. Great night. I believe you told us you were going to be doing exactly that. You said in last night's stream that you were going to be hanging out with your best friend tonight. If my memory serves me correctly, which it usually does. Best wishes to you, to Lucy, though, by the way. Remy liked something. Um, I just realized just now that somebody said a few minutes ago that they liked my voice, and I appreciate that. Whoever said that, I can't remember who said it, but thank you. If you're even still here. It was so fun. And the melting face was from me pulling my hair back. Okay. So it was me doing the Elvin hairstyle. Welcome back, Shauna. Okay, so anyways, I was going to say, once things calmed down there for a minute, was that the gift goals are fitting tonight for those of you that have come in since I mentioned them in the beginning. Number 1 is 10 feather masks. Number 2 is 2026. There is 2026 is the goal of the gift 2026. 2026, 2026s. And then the countdown to 26, the goal for those is 6. So that is what's actually the goal. But I love your unique ones anyway. And who gives a fuck? But just letting those of you, some of you really do want to know. So I always throw it out there for you guys. Some of you guys like to actually hit the goals. So, and obviously they're there for a reason. I picked them out myself. They're what I want us as a community to shoot for. So it's not silly to me. It's definitely not silly to me. Your character is currently stuck in a trance. Okay. Dungeons and Dragons is just so interesting because it has its fixed rules, but it's very unique in its ways. I don't know. I've never played it. But we've done so many Baldur's Gate 3 streams, which I played a lot with you guys on stream. So I know at least some of the I mean, it's very similar, but in video game form. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. But I haven't played, like, the legit Dungeons and Dragons. But it sounds cool. It seems very creative. Thank you so much, Alan. I appreciate you. Alexa, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the community officially. It's great to have you here officially. And now I can finally say it. Welcome. When you say that this is your first campaign, Remy, do you mean that this is your first time playing? Like, this is your first ever attempt at Dungeons and Dragons? Is that really what's happening there? Or what's going on? I'm slowly finding out. I hate the lack of humidity. It kills me. I can never be satisfied with, well, number one, I hate my hair right after showering. That is the case tonight. Number two, there's no moisture in the air because it's so cold here. So it just makes for the worst conditions for me personally. But it is what it is. Alexa, star in a circle. I love it. Nice emoji, Alexa. Happy New Year, Steph. Kay is writing a mini campaign set in a Adventuring Community College. How interesting is that? And that mini campaign is Dungeons and Dragons? Is that what's going on here? Alexa, thank you for the heart me. Diana, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the community. Was that your first stream support, Alexa? I think it was. Today is a momentous day, because I believe it was. And it was your first stream support with you actually officially a part of the community. So, amazing. I love it. Happy New Year, Mary. Yay, indeed, Alexa. I'm dancing like your emoji. That's another good emoji. First game I played. All right. That's exciting. That's exciting. That's really cool. Curse of Strahd. Okay, so meaning there are like previously constructed. Okay, yeah, so when you say campaign, I suppose in a lot of like video games, if you do a campaign, they're guided stories. Okay, so that's something I didn't know about Dungeons and Dragons, because I thought that typically there was the one guy that like controlled everything that was happening. He writes he or she writes the story, and the narrative, and then there are the characters that play the characters. But you're saying that there are also pre-made campaigns that people can follow and do. That's really interesting. At least I think. I'm assuming. I just don't know. I just don't know. I'm so far out of my wheelhouse with Dungeons and Dragons, but it's nice for you guys to teach me about a little something for a change, you know what I'm saying? Not a bad thing. I need to get the big board out. I'm starting to get behind here. Just a second. I'm still right here. Oh, that made it worse. Oh, man. That made it worse. Okay, anyway. Oh, yeah, Alexa, more dancing. Let's go. Mary, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the community. That's a good age, Alexa. I like that. Vampire the Masquerade. That sounds really cool. Ella, hey, welcome to the stream. Great to see you. Remy says, sometimes this one is a pre-written story. Okay. So a pre-written story, that's cool. And that makes perfect sense. Perfect sense that would be a part of the game in terms of how it goes. How it can go. Well, you can't join. I don't know what that means, Kay. You can't be 33. How can you be 33? Are you saying join the old people? Oh, yeah, you could join the old people. Sorry, I just missed a little bit of context there. So yeah, you're always welcome indeed. Mojo, good question. Typically, I am hitting you guys with intellectual topics, but today, well, not today, but currently, we have taken a brief sidebar into Dungeons and Dragons. So, thank you for the heart, Mishana. I appreciate that very much. I do. No druids here. It's just Elven for me. But you're newer to the community, I understand that, but the stream lore of many, many eons ago that has persisted until today is Elven Vampire is what the community is sort of settled on. Druid is fair. I mean, when I think Druid, I think almost a sect of elves in a way. So I'll give you it. I'll give you it. It's just not technically in line with the stream lore, but you're still at the, what was it? You were going to like a nursing home, Shauna? Was that what it was? But, yeah. And that's what I'm saying, okay? That's what I'm saying, is I wouldn't, like, I suppose you could be a druid elf, but even if I were in a game where I could pick my specialization of, character, which I've played many games, even on stream, I would not pick druid. Now, it is 100% subjectively your opinion as far as what vibe you get from me, though. So that's fine. That's fine. That's fair. But I'm just giving you stream lore. Do with it what you will. Do with it what you will. The stream lore is Elven Vampire. Period. No further specialization. We could guess our pets. I mean, that's a vibe question, right? Maybe that means that Alexa has difficult to guess pets. Or maybe not. Can you give me a hint? I don't know. We could do that. Everybody knows my pets, though. So this would... I mean, it would be the chat speaking with the chat in this case. Because you guys know. But in terms of me, anyway. In the community. So it is the nursing home still. That's awesome. Heck yeah. Senior living apartments, not nursing home. I'm sorry. Venus, Ola. And heart rate back to you. Welcome. Indeed. I mean, it's a fucking... Well, hold up. Before I even say that. So, I have no pets at the moment, but I used to have a black cat, and she changed my taste in pets forever. So instead of guessing, which we probably all would have failed at, Kay didn't let us guess what her pets are. Number one, we would have all failed at guessing because we all would have guessed what... We all would have guessed actual pets, and then she would have been like, haha, joke's on you, no pets. But, no pets. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Thank you for the candy loot, Shauna. Love that. Love that. Roll a d20 for more. Exactly, Mojo. And that's great that, I'm sorry to hear that it's not great, and I'm sorry to hear that your pets have passed away. 5 pets for Remy. I've seen some of them. In the Discord, so I know in our community Discord that I've seen some of Remy's pets. I am at an advantage because I've seen a lot of your pets in the pets channel of our community Discord. So I'm a little bit advantaged there. Alexa, I'm going to guess spider, or tarantulas probably, right? Yeah, I got it. I got it! I know you so well, Alexa. I know you so well. I'm in tune. 5 cats. Remy, Alexa got it. Look at that. Good job, Alexa. Mexican red knee tarantula says, Alexa, for 7 years. Beautiful. I love tarantulas. I think they're beautiful and really, really cute. So I am jealous that you have tarantulas. And actually, more specifically, Mexican red knees are beautiful. I love those ones specifically. So that's incredible. Nishi, welcome. He trained you. There you go. Cats have a way. Cats have a way of doing that. They really do. Happy New Year, Stitch. Cats have a really interesting way of... and it's interesting because it's almost, in a lot of ways, cats manipulate us in ways that we don't even really know or understand, but they are. And that's what it's kind of a hallmark of cats, really. And you very much picked up on that. You very much picked up on that there, Remy. Because that's exactly what's going on. Skunk, welcome back. Thanks for the heart me stitch. Sounds good, Skunk. Go cry and hide. That's probably for the best. I think that's probably the best idea. Oh, you like took a video of you singing or something. Nice. Very nice. How cool. My pet is not in the room here with me. She decided to abandon me tonight. Typically, she is here with me every night, but tonight, she said no. I'm sorry to hear that, Skunk, that the owner's mad about that. Don't actually cry, though. Sounds beautiful, Alexa. Sounds beautiful. Damn it. There we go. Yeah, I mean, that sounds like a pretty problematic experience, Skunk. That sounds like a pretty problematic situation, unfortunately. We used to do really good with the likes on this stream. Look at what we've devolved to. Look at what this is like devolved into. We now get little to no likes on the stream ever. And that's just how it is. Thank you for the legend crown, Shauna. I appreciate that. Welcome back, Say. Looks like you plugged in your phone, so that's good. I need to fix this so it's up higher, for sure. Luna, welcome back. Wow. Look at Alexa right on cue. Alexa right on cue is liking the live. Luna always likes the live. Right on cue, just as I'm saying. Nobody be liking the live. Luna comes back and she's always crazy on the likes, so I love that. And Alexa starts hitting them up too. I love it. I love it. I'm sorry that you had a horrible New Year's Eve. Say, I have actually yet to hear many positive things from you ever. At all. I think mostly anything and everything that you've ever said to the people in my community and to me is all negative and traumatic. And there is a place for that. I know that your life is not entirely negative and traumatic, but it just so happens that you want to talk about it here. And that's fine. But based on your history in this stream, I am not surprised that you're having a terrible New Year's Eve. That's fine. You don't have to have a good vocabulary. You don't have to be good at wording things. You don't have to be eloquent. You don't have to be articulate. All you That's not what I was saying at all. That's not what I was saying at all. Shauna asked Luna, how was your night? Did I say thank you for the Legend Crown, Shauna? Because if I didn't, thank you for the Legend Crown. Tracy, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the community. That sounds good. That sounds good, Luna. Baths are nice. Especially if you're in pain. To some degree, anyway. It kind of sounds like it might be a little bit. I know soreness is soreness, but soreness is pain, technically. Thanks for the friendship necklace, Alexa. Don't ever let yourself be forced to do things. Don't ever let yourself to be forced into doing things that you don't want to do because of peer pressure or because you want to fit in. Just don't. Don't do it. Only bad things come from that. There is nothing good. Not one good thing that is ever going to come from that. Number 2, yes, it's a positive thing that you're home now. For sure. So that's good. Thank you for sharing. That's different, Luna. That's different. I get what you're saying, but what I'm getting at with this is being forced to do something. Kind of, well, not being forced, but feeling forced to do something in order to fit in. In your case, no one was like, come on, everybody else is sharing their personas. Like, let's go, come on. And you were like, oh, fine, I'll make one, I'll draw one, I'll get into being a furry because everybody else is, and I don't really want to, and it kind of makes me uncomfortable, but I don't want to do it. That's not at all the case. And so what I'm referring to is a situation where you just simply do not want to let yourself be peer pressured and forced into doing things. And no. Don't fucking use numbing cream. Ever. Feel the pain. Feel the pain. Speaking of, none of you guys know or care because you're having a sidebar conversation in the chat right now, but every single part of your body that you are referring to, I am extensively tattooed in. I've experienced all of it. Never have I consumed or topically applied numbing cream, ever. It's painful, but just do it. Do it. Live through the pain. Enjoy it. Be a part of the experience. And you'll be better for it afterward. You will. Have a good night, Say. Alexa, you're not even speaking to me. So what is there to explain? You haven't actually been having a dialogue with me for the past 10 minutes. Okay, that's awesome though. That's awesome though. That's the way to go. And honestly, most good tattoo shops and most good tattoo artists will heavily and highly recommend that you do not use numbing cream. There's a multitude of reasons for that, but in just really simple terms, it is highly recommended not to use it. It's also highly recommended not to go in like drunk or on some kind of other psychoactive substance, things like that, you know what I mean? You definitely really want to just be, number one, sober, number two, not numbed up. Not numbed up. Well, Alexa, I think you agree with me on this, so I don't know what the conversation would entail. Like, the conversation is occurring in the chat of, yeah, don't use numbing cream. You said it a couple times already, Alexa. Don't use numbing cream. And I agree. I agree. Unless you want to have a conversation in order to have a debate. In which case, I don't feel like debating. You are talking right now, Alexa. And you're not really talking to me. You're just kind of having side conversations with everybody, which is fine. I'm glad that you guys are having your conversations. I can only talk about what I get as I get it. But I try my best. And I'm glad that you guys are having a good time and talking amongst each other. That sounds good, Shauna. Cleaning up now. There's no sorry needed, though. Okay. No sorry needed. You're good. Did I miss anything else? Michael, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the community. It is rough. It's rough being peer pressured. It's hard seeing beyond the initial peer pressure. It's actually extremely hard because we're social creatures. That's what we want. Exactly what we want is to be accepted and fit in. But I'm just giving the best advice without a whole lot of psychological background and insight, which I could give, you know, a whole bunch of reasons for, a whole bunch of reasoning for. But for Say, who just comes in here for a few minutes at a time and then tells us a traumatic story and then leaves, I just had to kind of give like quick advice, quick information there, as best that I could. So that's that. What horror movie should I put on? Give me some options. Or give us some options. Yeah. Well, you're doing a pretty good job at texting right now, Alexa. You're actually texting quite a bit. And doing it successfully. So, but you may not prefer it. You may not prefer it. Which I fully believe, considering you want to be here. You want to like host the stream with me or be a part of the video conversation, which is fine. Which is fine. But, Alexa, that's the thing. There's a difference between, you know, you feeling on the outside of the community and saying, like, oh yeah, I want to be here and, like, give advice to your community or talk to your community, things like that. There's a difference between that and being a part of the community. And that's usually why I let people have a little bit of break-in period before they actually have the option to kind of join and be a part of the stream like you want to be. So, you know, if you're one of the people, like a lot of the people in here who take hours out of their day every single day to spend this time here with me, and you end up being and fitting that description, and you're here with us every day, and you become, you know, an important part of my community, and you fit in with everybody, then people are going to have a lot of vested interest to kind of see you in conversation with me and see one of the members of our community in conversation with me. But right now, you're so brand new. So like I said, typically when it comes to people joining the stream, I like to have all of those prerequisites met first, because again, I do this for the enjoyment of my community. And anytime I've ever let in a stranger into the live stream, everyone leaves because no one's here for that. No one is here for that. They're more here for the conversation between myself and the chat, typically, usually, for the most part anyway. But again, I've been streaming and I've had my community for so many years that I just know it's a very intuitive thing for me. And I just do what works best for me, but I also have to be really careful about what I enjoy. And what's fun for me, because if it's not fun for me and I'm not enjoying it, then it's also not sustainable for me. And on the other side of the coin, if I'm not enjoying it or it's not sustainable for me, then you guys don't enjoy it, because it's quite obvious when the stream is not enjoyable for me. Like, I'm always very emotionally honest with you guys. Always, 100% of the time. You guys always know how I'm feeling. I speak it verbally. Not only do I speak it out verbally, but I also convey it just through body language and vocal tonality. And when it comes to me having a good time, I don't sugarcoat things and pretend like I am or I'm not. So, you know, I'm walking a very fine line between my enjoyment and what I enjoy to do. And that's why when people ask me, you know, break out the guitar and play a song and sing, I'm only going to do those sort of things if I'm feeling like doing them. Because, you know, there might be a couple people that want that, but if I'm not actually interested in doing that, or not motivated to do that, or not feeling like doing that, then it actually just ends up backfiring. Because then you can feel the level of which I don't want to do that, and then no one enjoys it actually, even though they initially wanted me to do it. So it's a fine line, baby. I speak from a lot of experience A lot of it. So much experience. If this was RuneScape, I'd be level 99 live streaming. Level 99 live streaming skill. You have no fucking idea how many hours. If we were to tally all the hours up in the past 10 years. Fucking insane. And I've managed. I have hair in my mouth. There it is. I have managed to enjoy it so much all this time. But that's because I know it works for me. And I try my best to do what works for the majority of you. Because, of course, you can't please everyone, but you can do your best to please the majority of people. That's what you can do. But what you can't do is please every single individual and act on every single individual's whim. And a great example of that is the one or two people that pop in here at one point and are like, stop the entire stream to play music for the next 30 minutes. On command, please do it now. Well, I simply can't just do that. For all of the previously mentioned reasons. One moment. Anyways, I am now, 40 messages behind. That diatribe lasted for a long time. Not really, a few minutes, but that's how quick 40 messages can occur, I suppose. So I'm gonna have to whip out the big board now and fucking rocket out replies, baby. We're taking the rings off now. The rings are coming off. This is not something that I do often on the stream, but for those of you that have been around for a while in the streams, which actually most of you are fairly new, which is funny enough, it doesn't happen often, but when it does, it's getting serious. I literally am so appalled. I'm so appalled at my hair's behavior tonight. I really am. But again, that's just post-shower situation. That's just how it goes. Anyway, big board time. Do. Scrolling up. What's going on, Luke? Thank you for the cheering crab, Sean. Appreciate that. Arcos, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the community. Fucking Tracy. You're funny as shit. For the record, you're not messing up the conversation because, granted, no one else has said no one else is in the chat saying anything else. So it's not like I have other conversation to attend to right now. And thankfully, actually, thanks to Alexa, I was able to just talk extemporaneously for 5 minutes on that diatribe, which was nice to talk about. But Tracy, when the hell did you get here? Welcome back, by the way. But no, it's all good. If things annoy the fuck out of me or bother me or anything, I don't respond to them typically. So if you're getting ignored, then that's when things are not good. But it was still funny, you saying that, Tracy. Still relatively risible message there. Remy, I know. I've done a RuneScape stream. I've literally done a whole RuneScape stream. And I think you were there for it. I'm pretty sure. Shauna, and even then, not everybody likes tacos. I was thinking to myself, what food would, but no food does. Like even, like pizza would be a good one, but pizza doesn't make everyone happy either. There's people that we've all met in our lives, maybe one time ever, that doesn't like it. So thank you, Maddie. And thank you, Shauna. I mean, if you like it now, then that is a good thing, because it's literally at its absolute worst. It's at its most annoying to me right now. Like, this is the time when I'm hating it. So, I appreciate it. And that's a good thing. Welcome back, Kay. And Alexa says good night and bye. Well, good night to you and bye to you. Heart back to you. Good night. Positivity is the name of the game, indeed. Remy, I'm sorry you're having connection issues. That's terrible. That's the worst. Muchas gracias, heart attack. Feliz año nuevo. Perfect, Remy. What'd you do? Shut off your phone's Wi-Fi for a minute or something? Exactly, Shauna. Spread love, indeed. Spread love, indeed. Yeah. Yep. We've got 45 more minutes for Tracy in Oregon and also Luna in Oregon, who both are dealing with a situation where they are 3 hours behind me in their time zone. So, yeah. Even though I've been at midnight for the past 2 hours, you've got 1 hour, 45 minutes to go. Yeah, you're just an hour behind me, Shauna. Vicente, long live it. Long live it. Indeed. Happy is best? You know what, Tracy? I would say so. I would say so. It would be it's a very interesting thought experiment to think that if everyone's brain were wired to receive the biggest dopamine surges upon negativity, anger, sadness, and depression, though. Because what is objectively happy, good, are constructs that are only based on the way that our brains are wired. So it's a very interesting thought experiment. Because if sadness, anger, all the emotions that we receive a cortisol surge from were actually emotions that we received dopamine surges from, the world, the end product of how the world was, would be so different. So different. People would be getting murdered all the time. People would be committing suicide all the time. I can't talk about this stuff on the stream, unfortunately. I'm glad you had a nice one-on-one conversation with Kay this entire time, Alexa. That's always fun. Vicente, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the community. Shauna, thank you for the love you so much times 56. And then another one, so 57. Much appreciated, Shauna. Look at all those. And you know what? Love you so much right back. 2026 times 1 as well. Thank you so much, Shauna. I think my kitten is trying to hand you his toy mouse. He dropped it on my phone twice. Maybe he realizes that Ivy has abandoned me tonight. Maybe that's what it is, because I don't know. But I would love it if your cat liked me or liked my voice enough to want to give me his prize. Hola, Casiana. Feliz Año Nuevo. Oh, there's absolutely a fucking picture in the Discord. There is many pictures in the Discord of Remy's cat. Go to the pets section. Very well said, Shauna. Very well said. Yes, everyone that you meet, everybody that you come into contact with is having a struggle of some sort behind the scenes. Even the people that you think are having absolutely the best lives that you're so envious of, they might have way more problems than you. They might be on the verge of ending their lives. But meanwhile, you envy their lives. So that's why some of the most wise people say, stop reaching for things. Stop wishing that you had this, wishing that you had that. Wanting this new thing, wanting that new thing. All of those things. Because all that shit ends up in is stress and difficulty. It can just end you up in a really bad place. But most of all, reaching and wanting for, I don't know, like essentially reaching and wanting for other people's life situations. Like, just be so careful what you wish for, you know? Like, especially when we look at people that are wealthy to some degree, you know, things like that. There is the saying rings very true of when you start getting more money, it introduces a lot more problems into your life and things like that. And it's so true. It's so true. It really is. I wouldn't say that a nephew counts as a pet, Shauna, but you do have a cute nephew, for sure. 10, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the community. L7, hello to you, too. Thank you for liking the live, Luna and Shauna. Here in my face, yet again. So you kind of see what I mean. You kind of see what I mean now. Because at times when, like in this case, right, what am I reading? Okay, good. Good question. Good ass question. Remy, you're following me on fucking Goodreads. Come on now. Shauna. I'm going to get to Shauna's question first because she asked it first. Do you ever drink soda? If you do, what's your favorite kind? I don't. I do not. Like, ever. But if I did drink traditional soda, like a Pepsi or Coke product, or, you know, like one of those two big dogs, it would be Mountain Dew, I suppose. But I don't like it really, and I don't drink it. But you know, there are certain like carbonated drinks that I like, but I wouldn't call them soda in a traditional sense. That's okay, Remy. It's not a problem. The book that I have been reading lately, I'll preface it a little bit. I took a quick break from my usual books to jump back in to a few different, one sci-fi / fantasy series, another fantasy series that I always wanted to read, and then a new fantasy series that I read in the past that I wanted to read again. So the book that I'm reading right now is Eldest, and that is part of the Eragon Inheritance series of books. So
I found some web results. I can show them if you ask again from your iPhone.
Well, yeah. I'm trying to think what even sounded like series. Series is what I said. So it sounded like Siri. And I'm not talking to you, Siri, so please don't respond to me again. But I understand why you responded to me in the first place. But anyway, the Eragon Inheritance Cycle, we'll call it. Yeah. So I read those books probably 12 years ago, ish, 10 to 12 years ago, and I really liked them. I don't think I actually finished them, though. I don't think I actually finished the whole series from start to finish. So now I'm almost done the second book, and then I have 2 more books to go, and then a couple side books that are based around the same universe sort of thing. So that's the situation. That's the situation. Now, again, like I said, it's perfectly okay that you're not on Goodreads checking Goodreads, and like you have to be like you're not allowed to ask that question because you're following me on Goodreads or something. No, I was just giving you a hard time. But yeah, that's it. So like I said, I'm well, no, it's January 1st. Yeah. So as of January 1st, I've read about 50 books this year. About 50 books this year. That's not bad. That's not bad for me. Especially because in the middle of the year, I took a few month break. And I didn't read any books at all for months, which is unfortunate. And I'm upset at myself for that. But sometimes they need a break from things. I don't know. But anyway, typically I read a book in 2 days. Like, it's really fast. But I did have a decent swath of time where I just was either reading slowly, or I was reading infrequently, or I was reading not at all. Next year will be better. 50 is the bare minimum reading goal of books that I want to hit. So yeah. It's a good one, Remy. I would highly recommend. I think a lot of you people like fiction and fantasy and things like that a lot more than the books that I typically read. So when it comes to my fantasy books, I actually can give you recommendations that you may actually read. Eragon's a really good one. Of course, it is a boy story, you know. Just like it's a little bit harder for somebody like me, a man, to want to read or relate to a girl story like A Court of Thorns and Roses, or, you know, or Throne of Glass, or Fourth Wing, you know, all the girl books. It is a little bit harder for you equally to relate to and really get into as much as I would a boy story, because there's so much, there's a lot to relate to there, I guess. And it's not like you can't relate to a lot of the messages in a boy story, but there's a little bit more to relate to for a girl reading Throne of Glass, let's say, ACOTAR, let's say, Fourth Wing, let's say, because it's from a girl's perspective and it's written by a woman. With Eragon, it's from a boy's perspective, written by a man, sort of thing. But I still think you guys would love it. I do. A good story is a good story. At the end of the day, and again, with that said, I have girl books in my girl books, because they're not really girl books, but I have girl books in my want to read. At the very least, I know I'm gonna read the entire Throne of Glass series, because that's less of just a romance, A Court of Thorns and Roses is a lot more romance heavy, whereas Throne of Glass series is less romance heavy. There's still romance in it, but it's less romance heavy. It's like Eragon, where it's the series that I'm reading now, it's a lot less romance heavy and a lot more action and magic and just a good story, adventure. I like that. But anyway, I'm starting to digress a little bit. When it comes to fantasy books, I can really recommend very well to you some good books. But I just don't read them super often, so we're not usually in a perfect position for me to do so. But here we are. So Remy, great question. Exactly, Remy. Yeah, a lot of people don't read. It's not the most common thing. It is not a common thing. It isn't. But it should be. Society and people at large would be so much better off and a lot better functioning if everybody did. And that's just facts. And if you read and you start to read and you truly delve into it, even if it's just purely fictional books and it's not straight nonfiction learning like a lot of the stuff that I read, you'll understand what I'm talking about. You will. Okay, that is a great little ritual. Not only does that help you fall asleep reading for 15 minutes before bed, because it really does. It helps. It also is just great because it's reading and it's good. And man, 15 minutes a night, you could be reading a book for a year without finishing it. So it's a very interesting, it's like an interesting way to read a book, right? Because a standard length on average book is I don't know. It's hard to say with extreme accuracy, but 6 to 10 hours. 6 to 10 hours, so divide. You'd have to take, you could simply divide 10 hours by 15 minutes. Or you could take 10 hours, turn it into minutes, and then however many hundred or thousands of minutes that is, divide it by 15. And then there you have it. It'd take a long time. I think that's a really cool method, because there was actually a time in my life when I was less of a little bit less devoted to just taken huge bites out of stories every single day like I have been for years now. And I was just reading for maybe 30 minutes before bed, sort of situation, kind of reminiscent of yours. And yeah, it would take me a very long time to finish a book, but there was kind of a there was a nice feeling to that, because, you know, for a very long time you are very accustomed and used to a book that has been a part of your life for a very long time, and you're always curious what's going to happen next, for instance. So thrillers and horror, great stuff. Great stuff. Great stuff. Who else reads thrillers and horror like Kay? Welcome back, Michelle. What's going on? Remy, were you in here the other night saying that same thing? Because I literally was talking to someone about Food of the Gods yeah, there's no way you didn't literally tell me this the other night. So you already told me that. And I knew that. But, yeah. Then you fall outside of the standard typical female reader, because typically the female reader is reading fantasy romance or dark romance. Those are like the two primary genres that female readers gravitate toward. Which, hey, great. Whatever you like, whatever people like on average is great. But I do recall us having this conversation, and I told you about how talented I was telling you Terrence and his brother are, and for Terrence was. And yeah, just how insightful Terrence was. I know a lot about him and his work. Years ago, I got into a big research kick on him and his life and all the things he did, and I've always been very much into philosophy, and Terrence McKenna is big on, his work very much falls into that area of philosophy. Shauna, I don't blame you. I'm pretty sleepy too, because like I explained to you guys in the Discord, every single night for the past almost week, I've been getting 4 hours of sleep. 4 hours of sleep every single night. And it is wearing on me. I don't know how many more days I could actually do of this. Thankfully, I have tomorrow off. So I'm just going to sleep for a very long time tomorrow. And also, thankfully, I don't have Christmas parties to attend to, because that was the biggest thing. The Christmas parties were causing me to have to get home very late, because I'd be working all day. Then I'd get done work, not even go home, just go straight to the family gathering for the Christmas party, and then come home. And then by then, it's 9 or 10 o'clock. I have maybe 1 or 2 hours to get ready before I have to start the stream, because then it'll be too late. Then I can't just stream for 10 minutes, so I've got to stream for the amount of time that I want to stream and give you guys a good time and a reasonable amount of time with me. And then I have to eat afterward, and then it's 4 in the morning. So it is so what? In the past 4 days, I've got 16 hours of sleep, and normally in 4 days, I would have got 32 hours of sleep typically. So that's really, really bad. It's really, really bad, because you guys, especially you guys that have hit me up on sleep questions, you guys know how badly lack of sleep is, if you've heard me talk about it. The deep reasonings behind it, There's just so much about sleep that we have talked about and that I've talked about to you. So, like, I'm fully aware of the absolute terrible damage that I have done to my entire body, from my nervous system to my endocrine system, all of my hormones, my fucking skeletal muscular system, like, all systems of my body are completely fucked for the past 4 days. I also know how much time I've had to cut off of my life, because one of the absolute leading causes of cancer and premature death is sleep issues and just lack of sleep in general. Almost every disease that human beings have, one of the root causes is spurred on by an issue with sleep. Sleep is almost always at the root cause of every bad thing that happens to us. It's very interesting. So anyways, that's a really long way of explaining that you guys know how important sleep is to me. You do. But the point is, what even is the point? That I'm tired. And somebody else, I feel like, was saying that they were tired. So I was like saying that. I am incredibly dedicated. But, as I already said, I have tomorrow off. So, I'm just going to be sleeping for a long time tomorrow. And I'm also done with the Christmas parties, thankfully, going forward for a while. So, no more late nights. Like, I can just actually get home when work is finished and be here and present with you guys and start early, end earlier, and there we go. Problem solved. But the holiday season's hard for everybody. It is. And for me, it's hard. It's been hard for those reasons. But I couldn't put off. I didn't want to put off, coming back to the streams until after the holidays. Heck no. Because I already had to take a break because I was sick for a month. And then I had a car issue I was dealing with, and there was a whole bunch of stuff with that. But thankfully, all that stuff was taken care of. And then once I finally recovered from my illness, I was like, let's go. Stream time. Doesn't matter what time of the year it is. Let's go. So, we've been back at it since then. And I've loved every moment of it. Because again, I don't regret it. I don't regret it. If I did regret it, I wouldn't do it, and I wouldn't do it to myself. So, don't worry. I'm just saying to you, yeah, I'm tired. But that shit is so different from what you think it would be. Because, I don't know. Like, you might think I'm just tired now, but when you've only gotten so little sleep for days and days, I'm almost more awake now than I was for most of the day today. Like, honestly, the worst parts of the sleepiness, the exhaustion, the tiredness, the brain fog, the headaches, all that stuff occurred in the middle of the day. And then by the time the end of the day comes around, like now, it's a lot easier. It's a lot easier to deal with and handle. So, but We will be going soon because it's almost 3 in the morning. And typically I do, and typically that's what I've been doing, is going till about 3:30 in the morning with you guys. So we're getting there. We're getting there. Good old restless leg syndrome. Indeed, Tracy. The same one as last night, Michelle. Ginger. I'm gingerly sipping ginger tea. Before that, I had a little green tea as well. So, good stuff. Fun stuff. Tonight is one of the kind of nights where a lot of people were out partying or out with their families or out with their friends and things like that. So again, I always show up here for you guys and with you guys. And I know that there's going to be some nights when you guys are not able to be here with me. But I always show up for you guys. That's what matters to me, is that I'm here for you guys whenever you're available. And so I just want to say thank you to all of you guys that were here and, you know, made it a point to be here and were able to be here. You know, especially if you didn't have plans that late into your day or your night. So you finished up with your plans and then you're able to come home and still be a part of the stream. Or you didn't have plans. You're just hanging out. And I love that. I love that. Because, yeah, my plans, personally, were to, well, I had to get, actually, after I finished working for the day, I went and got groceries and did a few errands after work because I haven't had enough time after work due to all the Christmas parties and stuff to do any of that. So then once I did that, I still got home kind of late from that stuff because I had to do all that stuff. But then I took care of a bunch of stuff around the house and then I streamed. And it was like, that was my plan though. That was like the thing that I was excited for, that I'm excited for every day, you know, to hang out with you guys and spend time with you guys. Beautiful superfan Lucy has returned. What's going on, Lucy? Welcome back. Shauna, thank you for liking the live as well. You don't know how you left, but you came back. Did you fall asleep, Shauna? Go wash your face then, Michelle. That's probably the best idea for you. And thank you, Kay. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad that this helped you. Made your day a bit better. That is one of the best things that I can hear, because I always hope that the streams can make your day a bit more enjoyable. Whether you were having a good day and it just made your day better, or you're kind of currently having a bad day and it just made your day better that way. That's important for me to know and to hear. So thank you, Kay, for sharing that. I didn't have a gathering with my family, Lucy, but I'm doing great. How are you? And I hope you had a great night. I know you were here earlier, but you came back just now. Thanks, Dan. I appreciate that. You were tapping the screen to like the live and then you were gone. Well, it's very sweet that you came back. It's very sweet that you joined back. Yeah, and it's rough. It's rough. I'll say that, folks. I'm so excited. I'm even more excited for tomorrow's stream because I will be 100% sharp as a knife. I'll be sharp as a knife tomorrow. And I'm so sick and tired of being sick and tired. Number one, that's not actually what I was going to say, but it was so fucking accurate. Really what I was going to say was I've been sick and tired of not being sharp. Like literally the past week of live streams, I have been operating on like half mental capacity. And that's difficult because I hate doing that. But soon enough, I will be better tomorrow. Because I'll actually get to sleep and give myself full energy levels and my brain work in the way that it should. And I'm looking forward to that so much. Like, really, really, really. I am looking forward to being able to sleep as long as I need to. More than you know. More than you know. 100% half capacity at the very most. At the very most, Lucy, so exactly. I am going to have an amazing night's sleep tonight. That's for sure. I certainly will. Well, then you should sleep, Tammy. You should. I'm glad that you had a great night with them. I know that those were your plans to eat, dance, and have a great night. And you fulfilled those plans, so that is very good. Very good, very good. A romance book about a door. Yikes. Sally or Kelly or Sally. Hello. Yep. Exactly, Lucy. We have brought in the new year together, those of you that were able to be here tonight, and that was really special and important to me. And I wanted to make sure that I was here for that, so that we could do that. Very special, very nice. Like I said, Lucy, like I said, that I knew that you were going to have plans today, and a lot of you guys were going to have plans today, but it was amazing that you still, even though you were one of the people that did have plans, you still made sure to pop in and be here for as long as that you know, as long as you could. Good night, Shauna. Sleep amazing. I will see you tomorrow. Thank you for being here and being awesome, Shauna. I appreciate you very much. And thank you for thanking me for that, Lucy. You know, you've done the same. You've done the same for me. You have brought so much, not just happiness, but you've brought so much to me and my community, and even just my streams, and You know, from the most important stuff to the smallest things. You've brought so much. And when I say so much, I don't just mean happiness or positivity. Like, there's so many different things. You even just brought great questions. So you brought substance. You know, you've been a huge reason as to why I'm even able to continue the streams the way that I do, and as much as I do, and as often as I do, because of all your incredible stream support. So, like, even just that is incredible. And on top of that, it's so much more than that, because it's like I was saying before that, the happiness, the substance, the questions that you ask, the amount that you fit in with the community, all of it. I'm responding to your one message here still, and it's like been multiple minutes later, but you get what I'm saying. I appreciate you so much, and thank you for telling me that. Thank you for telling me that. I am very glad that I could reciprocate the happiness that that you bring into my life. So, and sending you all the love too, Shauna. Thank you for being here tonight, and thank you for all the support tonight. If I close my eyes for any longer than this, I'll be asleep. I'll just end up doing this. I'll just like fall over and fall asleep. Lucy, was that level 32? Lucy just hit level 32. I love it. Good old strange rabbit hole of books, huh? Love that, Kay. Luna, I'm sorry your phone's being weird. That's terrible. Thank you for the Go Popular, Lucy. Thank you so much. 1 level a day. It's literally been that, though, Lucy. It's been that. Lately, you've done a level a day. It's pretty cool. It's pretty impressive. And Lucy, once again, insane. One of the utmost compliments you could give me. I appreciate that so much. That I'm your favorite creator, and that you appreciate me that much. I want to say that means the world to me, but it almost, like, I don't know. Sometimes statements can be overused so much that they sound cheap, but when I say something like that means the world to me, I really mean it. So even though other people in the world devalue statements like that because they use them for the most trivial, stupid things, when I say them, that means the world to me, I mean it. That means so much to me for you to hear you say that and for you to say that. So thank you so much. Happy New Year to you too, Luna. There we go. So our beautiful people over in Oregon and Western Canada and the other Western United States, it is now the new year. So, Happy New Year to you people as well. It is cool, Lucy, absolutely. Oh, yes, well, I actually was just talking about that, Tracy. So, yes, Happy New Year. Hey, Nalina. Thanks for popping in. Ambo, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the community. Luna is so cold. Well, yeah, let me just drive 100 hours across the country. And then I'll be there. Sounds reasonable. On 16 hours of sleep in the past 4 days. Ambo, Happy New Year to you too. Lucy, good night to you. Thank you for the good night gift. I appreciate that very much. I love you guys so much. Lucy, thank you for all the beautiful stream support tonight. Shauna, thank you for all the beautiful stream support tonight. For those of you that have donated a little tiny bit this stream, I appreciate you too. Don't think I don't remember you, see you, and appreciate you also. You guys are amazing. I think Kay, you were even one of them. Luna, you were definitely one of them. I appreciate you very much. But Lucy, yet again, #1 stream supporter, even in this stream. I'm not looking at a scoreboard here. I'm just going based on what I've seen. I would have to say that that's just the case. And it's been a quiet stream, unfortunately. There's not been a whole lot of people here tonight. So that's kind of one of the culprits. But that was to be understood from the beginning, because there's so many people during New Year's where they are completely wrapped up with their family or with their friends, or like it's typically not a holiday where you are alone or just able to be a part of the stream. So again, for those of you guys that were able to be here tonight, support the stream or not support the stream, I appreciate all of you. I do. Lucy, thank you for liking the live. Thank you for the beautiful good night gift and all of the other ones that you would send. And Luna, same to you. And Shauna, same to you. And Kay, same to you. Remy, I can't remember if you did or not tonight, but just in case, thank you, Remy, as well. Good night to you too, Remy, and good night to you too, Lucy. It's time for sleeping. It's time for sleeping for all of us. So much love to all of you. I will see you tomorrow in my 100% rested state and my 100% cognitively recharged state as well. Not just like well rested, but intellectually sharp for the stream, like I like to be and usually am. But the fucking payout the past 5 days have been insanely bad. Insanely rough anyway, insanely hard. So Happy New Year to all of you. As a stream, all of you that have been here, we have brought in the new year together. So that was momentous, important. Wanted to make sure we did it, and we did. And that's very special, guys. So those of you that were here with me, we will remember this, and I will remember those of you that were here with me, with us, going into 2026. See you, Michelle. Have a fantastic night to you too, Kay. Good night, Tracy. Hey, Joyce. Good night to you too, Remy. Night, Othello. Okay, have a good sleep. Thank you for addressing me properly as the Elven Vampire Lord. Appreciate that very much. Luna, good night to you too. Thank you for liking the live also. Good night, goodbye. I will see you tomorrow. So much love to all of you. Happy New Year. And you know what else? As usual, as I always say and always tell you guys at the end of every single night and every single stream, mwah.